Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Luis Enrique's recent press conference ahead of the Paris Saint-Germain versus Strasbourg. Why did you extend to PSG? As long as there's no official communication, I have nothing to say about this. Luis Enrique is staying firm, doesn't want to go into reports from Fabrizio and Abdallah Bulma and all of that, and Fabrice and all of that. Lucho just waiting for the officialization. Well, we obviously know Luis Enrique has extended at Paris Saint-Germain until 2027. How can we warn players about managing their private lives? What are you talking about from Luis Enrique? I don't exactly know what player this is concerning. I mean, I've seen some pictures of Dembélé and Ashraf Hakimi going to some private parties in their spare time. But I guess, has this some kind of connection with Kylian Mbappé? Because I can't think of a current PSG player that has some off-the-field issues in their private life and all of that. Weird question by the journalist. Daily management outings, whether privately or for the club. I'm a football coach. I manage players on a team. Privacy belongs to them and their family. Once again, strict, firm answer here from Luis Enrique. I don't know why these types of questions are arising. I mean, this is why we went away from the bling-bling, so we wouldn't have this concern, and we don't have this concern. Obviously, last season we had Nord Mukiele, we had Kylian Mbappé. They were the two, that were out partying and so on. And as I said, Hakimi and Dembélé do it as well, but that doesn't affect their playstyle. I mean, none of them is an alcoholic like Kylian Mbappé. Colomani was successful with France. Could this allow us to play more with you? It is of course always good news that international players have good results, good matches, goals. If they play well in the national team, it's better for the club. Obviously, when it comes to Ronaldo Colomani, you can even use the Fabian Ruiz example. Some players just perform better for their national team because of different reasons. First of all, confidence. Some players feel way more confident when they're playing with their national team, with teammates that are speaking the same native language. They just feel more confident. And then the second thing, obviously, is the tactics. Some teams play a style that suits them. For example, France, they play more of a counter-attacking football, not possession football. They don't want to have that much of the ball. They want to attack more when they have the ball, which suits, obviously, Ronaldo Colomani, and is not how Paris Saint-Germain plays. So when it comes to the Ronaldo Colomani example, he would never look as good with the France team as at Paris Saint-Germain under Luis Enrique. If we switch manager or get different tactics or anything, then Colomani would look good. But seeing Colomani at his best at PSG, we will probably never see that. Zaire Emery is having more difficult time. How can we help him get back to his best level? He was great at the start of the season for me. In the last match, he was perhaps a little worse than his best. But at the start of the season, he was the best he could be. And in the last match, it was something general. Again, I've always talked about Luis Enrique. He does not criticize his player. He does not go in deep. But obviously, what the journalist is talking about here is strictly not just this season. Warren Zaire Emery, as we all know, has been not at the level he showed for those past 5 months in the entire calendar year of 2024. And I said, Luis Enrique is just defending his player here. Is he aware of it? He must be. He's the manager. He sees more than us. He sees training sessions. He's private life with Warren and everything. So I don't really know why Warren is going through this difficult time, apart from being extremely comfortable because of the new extension, the girlfriend, everything. Yeah, Luis Enrique should do something about it because it's been going on for such a long time. But obviously, the full responsibility will always lay down on Warren Zaire Emery wanting the best for his footballing career, which at the moment, he doesn't really want. When will Kimpembe be able to play again? Nobody knows exactly. It's very difficult to predict, but I'm extremely happy that he can help us. He already does it with his experience, his personality, his qualities. I'm very satisfied that we are at the end of this process. I mean, this is just capping. Luis Enrique saying he is extremely happy that he can help us. No, he's not. Kimpembe is barely going to make any impact this season. Personality, experience, qualities. All that gets thrown out of the window if you can't play football. If you can't play football, that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Satisfied we're end of this process. I know one thing for sure, and that is as soon as Kimpembe returns, an injury is imminent as soon as possible because his physical body is cooked. It's had too many operations, too many injuries. It just cooked. This club should have got rid of Kimpembe a long time ago. I don't blame that on Lucho. I don't think he was one of the guys pushing to extend Kimpembe, as it was probably Nasser Khalifi, unfortunately. A difficult schedule in the coming weeks. Could this be a turning point in the season? I consider a perfect moment for us. This means that we play at the competitions we want. It's usual for us. We must be used to it because we want it to be like this over the years. The thing I don't understand from Luis Enrique here is a couple of weeks ago he's complaining about the schedule all the time, and now he's happy that we have a tight schedule with tough matches as well. But maybe Lucha has changed it. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Now I'm mad that it's not bad anymore. So that's a good thing to be mad at. But yeah, he's absolutely right. This is a perfect moment for us after this bad period where you want to prove yourself. And these are perfect games to prove yourself. Le Classique, at the Velodrome as well, playing Atletico Madrid, playing PSV, getting, some points in the UCL as we lost points versus Arsenal. Barcelona is a good game. Strasbourg is a good game. So, no, we have a lot of good games coming up that will tell us how good Paris Saint-Germain are. And this is the perfect time to have those kinds of hard, difficult schedules to really prove yourselves. Because if we had easy fixtures, we win them, we get good results, and they would be like, are we really this good? So no, I'm happy, very happy with the fixtures coming up, as Luis Enrique is saying here. What attitude towards Strasbourg? A team in good shape? A quad match against Strasbourg is impossible. I've already warmed up players. It's a team with a lot of quality players, which is very young. The coach's mentality is available with the desire to play high, to press, to score goals. It will be very difficult, very competitive match. There will be opportunities for both teams. I mean, I hope so. I hope that Strasbourg, because of their great form so far, they come with confidence to the Parc des Princes and want to play open football, want to play a football game, not park the bus and counter. But obviously, I'm okay. I've accepted a lot of teams will play that. I hope Strasbourg will play open. And if they don't play open, we should still be able to win. And I hope Luis Enrique has made the necessary adjustments so that a team parking the bus is not an impossible victory for Paris Saint-Germain anymore. Can you explain the role of Nuno Mendes in your system? What progression do you want from him? It's very easy to define. He's a fullback with exceptional technical and physical abilities. He understands the game very well. He can still improve. He's very young, even though he has been playing at a high level for several years. We try to have him in a role to bring the maximum. When he attacks, he can make the difference. I hope they help to involve. He's a very high-level player. Obviously, this is not the first time they've been asking about Nuno Mendes. They previously asked him about Nuno Mendes in previous press conferences regarding him playing as that third centre-back, which means he can't push up as much, for example, as his kind of counterpart on the other side in Achraf Hakimi. But yeah, we'll see if Lucha makes some adjustments. For example, David here on the pod, he's talking about we should move to a 3 at the back, which will make Nuno Mendes push up and have an extra defender. But we'll see if Luis Enrique will make any adjustments. Obviously, in the recent Nice game, we did see João Neves and Warren Zaire Emery dropping to Nuno Mendes' spot, which meant Nuno Mendes pushed up even more, which led obviously to the goal that Nuno Mendes scored. But it's only one game, so I would need to see consistency and continuity of that tactic, and we'll see what happens. But Luis Enrique clearly rates Nuno Mendes very highly, so that's a great thing. The new Ligue 1 trophy, does Ligue 1 need to renew its image? I haven't seen it. Can you show it to me? Very pretty. It's a World Cup. The most important thing will be to win it. You have to deserve it. I mean, even Luis Enrique is comparing the new Ligue 1 trophy to the World Cup or the NBA championship or anything. But yeah, simple answer, good answer, and yeah, we'll have to win it to deserve it. Explain to us your management of young players. A player's growth is not linear. There are ups and downs. It is important when you are high not to think that you are unique, nor when you're low that you're bad. You have to know that you can evolve. The response from the players at the start of the season are very positive, more than I hoped. They show that we are on the same path. But it's not linear, it's logical. There are ups and downs in the season, but I understand if I were a PSG supporter, I would like to see all the young people play. But with not enough space, I've experienced handling this for the team. And obviously Luis Enrique, I mean, he's right. One thing I like he said there was, when you're at your high, you should not think of yourself as unique. This could probably maybe be pointed at Bradley Barcola. Maybe this is why he goes through those patches and forms. It's when he's really good, he thinks he's the best player in the world. And obviously, when we watch the games, he does look like the best player in the world sometimes. But he has to keep it in his head. He'll be like, yeah, this is my normal standard. This is not, oh my God, I'm insane. He needs to be more confident about his ability. And yeah, because Paris Saint-Germain have a really young team, we will see a lot of ups and downs when it comes to our players. And yeah, mental health was taboo in football. How did you deal with the pressure? Fortunately, this is no longer a taboo subject. Mental work and all that it represents. You have to have certain abilities, the desire to cope. The generations are different. We must adapt clearly to the players. There's nothing easy. Players must also want to improve in this aspect. Once again, when I think mental health gets brought up in football, it's a bit overrated. Does mental health exist? Obviously. Does the mental health of football players obviously exist? But these are grown men. These are grown men, and they should be able to handle situations like this. This is why they became footballers. You can't become a footballer and then complain about the footballing life. This is something you should have thought of before, becoming a professional football player or during becoming a professional football player. But yeah, mental health, important. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know how this concerns us. I don't think we have any mental health problems at Paris Saint-Germain. So yeah, I don't see how this concerns PSG. Players resting tomorrow after the break. Could Luis and Doué play relays? We must have a broad vision tomorrow. You have to take into account playing time, travel time, repercussions. We must win tomorrow. It won't be easy. It never is after the break, and certainly not tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, as Luis Enrique, as me, who will soon make a preview for this game, there's a lot of uncertainties when it comes to the lineup because, as he said, some players played a lot of games, some players played far away from Paris, so we'll have to wait and see what Luis Enrique conks up for the Strasbourg game. The latest results are not ideal. Is this affecting the confidence of the group? I'll say again, a season is not linear. There are better times, there are bad times. We didn't have a bad time. We would like to win every match, but it's impossible. We have 6 very important matches in 3 weeks. We're very motivated to start well tomorrow. Okay, we'll end it a bit critiquing here. I don't like, because Lucha's been doing this the entire time when they're talking about the recent period. He's always saying that it's a bad period. I agree that sometimes you can have bad form. Sometimes the player can... The issue for me with Luis Enrique is we've been struggling in this game because of you, Luis Enrique. And you haven't taken any accountability, nor have you taken any responsibility for your actions. And why this question is being asked, when he's saying, is this affecting the confidence of the group? It's obviously regarding to the Jamil tweet, where he's saying that the players are unhappy with how Luis Enrique is playing. Am I saying Luis Enrique has to listen to them? Somewhat. These are his players. These are the players for Paris Saint-Germain. And it's only not one player. It's not just Dembélé. Dembélé just talked for the rest of the group. We need this to be improved, Luis Enrique, okay? And you're just sweeping it under the rug saying it's bad form, we'll come back and all of that. It's not enough. It's not enough. We have to see it on the pitch. We have to see it on the pitch. And I wish you could be a little bit more critical of yourself instead of saying, oh, just bad form, and pretty much putting it all on the players. That's been it for the press conference ahead of the Paris Saint-Germain versus Strasbourg game. The game preview will be out soon, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And that's been it from your boy PSG. And as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.